Chirag Sheth from Latin Manarhal Commodities joins us. Chirag, what are the strategies you have for our viewers this afternoon?
We've got a short call on gold at this moment. We believe that with the recent event that has happened in in the US, the Fed has really cleared the air with regards to the tapering of the QE, and thus we believe that the bear market in gold continues. We would be short into gold at this moment somewhere around 28,150 to 28,100 kind of levels, and we look at around at least 200 to 250 rupees on gold on the downside. We also remain short into crude oil. We believe that crude oil prices have run up quite a bit, and at the current levels crude oil do not justify the demand and supply fundamentals, and thus we would be shorting into crude oil at around 65.60, 65.70, and look for nearly 100 to 150 rupees on the downside in crude oil.
What about some of the base metals? How are you suggesting to be traded, say things like nickel or aluminum?
I think base metals we remain fairly selective. We have been bullish on nickel for quite some time, and on your show we initiated a long trade last week, and we continue to remain long into nickel. We believe that nickel prices which underperformed over the last 1 year or so have bottomed out in the medium term, and we are looking at nickel prices to move by anywhere between 2 to 3% on the upside. Thus we will be buying into nickel at around 850 and look for targets around 860 to 863 in next couple of days time.
You have a sell in crude oil, but what about natural gas? That also usually track each other quite closely.
Right, natural gas we did initiated a short call couple of weeks ago, and we continue to remain short in natural gas. Investors who have got a risk appetite could go ahead and short natural gas anywhere between 205 to 206 kind of levels, and would look for levels around sub 200. We believe that the recent rally that we saw in natural gas has come to an end, and now natural gas is again into a medium term kind of bear move. So we would not be surprised if we could see natural gas prices moving down by nearly 5 to 10% over the next 10 to 15 days time.
And how are you trading copper?
Copper, we would be staying away at this moment from copper. There is no clear indication into copper at this moment. Though we believe that copper is trading into a narrow band of around 410 on the downside and 430 on the upside. If somebody who has got that kind of risk appetite, I would be actually short into copper at this moment and keep a strict stop loss of 430. But at this moment, copper is not really giving any kind of a clear indication into where it is moving. So I would kind of stay away from copper. I think nickel is a fair bit of opportunity where investors can make money.
Chirag, what's your opinion on some of the agri commodities? Do you track them closely? Because generally they've been showing a weak trend. Do you expect this trend to continue?
Yeah, I think something like chana, which has been really falling off the cliff for quite some time, and we believe that that could see some further downside. We believe that chana prices could further fall by anywhere around 50 to 60 rupees on the downside. One commodity where we are bullish on is the castor seed. There is some weather-related issues in Gujarat, and we believe that that could actually push castor prices higher. Though we believe that especially given the time that we are in agricultural commodities, we believe that one who needs to trade into any of these agricultural commodities should keep a strict stop loss. We won't be surprised if castor seed prices move towards 34.20 or 34.50 in the medium term.
Shrikant Jha now joins in from a director of PJ Commodities. Shrikant, thanks for being with us. You've got copper, which is seeing a bit of a cool off after the recent run up. What would be your strategy and how would you look to play it?
Yeah, as far as copper is concerned, we were watching that resistance at about 422 or 420. It has actually broken that now, and it's trading somewhere on the 430 levels. And we feel that it will come back to those 422 levels, and we'll have to then see whether it takes support out there or not. So at this juncture, you're better off selling into it at about 430 and covering it at about 422. The reason being that actually it's not that strong as yet, and we would like to see it actually support itself there and move up again to say that there is a change in trend or so. So at this juncture, you can sell at 430 and look at about 422 to buy back into it.
Right, and Shrikant, what is the trade that you're advising on oil prices right now then?
Yeah, as far as crude is concerned, we are all aware that it was, once it broke the 5,800 levels, it became extremely bullish, and we were looking for a retracement to get a fresh entry into it. We were thinking that maybe it would come down somewhere close to 6,000 or so. But however, it just came, I think, to about 6,150, and after that it's gone back up again, crossing the 6,500 levels. So at this juncture again, maybe that on a lower levels of about 6,350 could be the point to buy into, and then probably look at 6,600 as your target. It is pretty bullish at this stage, so buying it at lower levels would be a better idea rather than chasing the market. So buy it at 6,350 and look at about 6,600 as your first target.